Hello, Maria, and welcome to your Synastry reading. I'm actually going to come over here to this chart because it's bigger, and I am going to hide this panel because it's hideous. So, welcome to your Synastry reading. What we are looking at today is how, or are how, is it or are? Whatever, is how your two energies work together. So, your chart is represented on the inside, right? And Vincent's, I'm sorry, I was thinking another name, Angels. Well, at least I have your info, right? Angel's chart is represented on the outside. So your body is a radio receiver. All of ours are. We give off a frequency and we take in a frequency. And this is based upon all that protons, atoms, neutrons stuff they taught us about in school, right? So inevitably, what happens is you give off a frequency that other people can feel and you take in that frequency. This is how you know when somebody is lying without you knowing. You can just sense the bullshit, right? So, with that being said, I am going to be explaining how your frequencies affect one another, how this correlates with your past lives, what you're meant to do in this life, just what you are healing and developing in one another. So I'm going to start with your ascendant, which is the first house, who you are as a person, your identity, your ego, just the way you appear to the world. For you, there is a wound in your self-esteem here. This is usually caused by like bullying or something when you're younger, but in this life, this is the wound that you are meant to overcome in order to help other people. So the funny thing about this is this innately makes you a healer of other people's inner child because you had to do so much work on yours, right? But it also helps. Do I want to say help? Because it's difficult for you, but it helps you to sort of wear your heart on your sleeve in some ways, right? Because it's in the side of Leo. Right here next to that, we have his Lilith. Now, Lilith is the dark feminine energy, the kink, right? But for a guy, it's what he craves in a female that scares him at the same time. And baby, you are his kink, a woman who is regal in some way, shape, or form, royal looking, creative, probably amazing hair. But the way he feels about you and how hard he rides for you are supposed to help with the healing of this wound. Like he's letting you know you are sexy in a way that is sort of like, oh my gosh, this guy is like on you all the time. So fear not. That is because not only is this Lilith conjuncting your Chiron, which is healing that wound for you, but it's right next to your ascendant. So he's drawn to just who you are as a person, your whole shell. Okay. So next we have your second house. This is your house of values, what you value in life, what you value about yourself, and how you actually earn value, which is like earning money for yourself. This is where he was routed. That's his north node, what he came to help with in this life. This means in another life, he owed you a debt. So I must point out, even though we're going to get over here in a second, with his south node in uh, south node, which is his past life marker, right? And Saturn being his contract, the thing that he has to handle in this life in order to even get a human body, right? He was bound to the debt that he owed you for a time that when you guys were in this amazing life-changing relationship where he was kind of a douche, way deep in the testosterone, right? So because of that in this life, he owes you partnership. That's where his Mars is. So the energy that used to be a part of his Aries, his masculinity is now bound into partnership. Like this is a person that typically probably doesn't like having sex outside of relationships or needs to feel like this person is a partner in some way, shape, or form. But that is right here with your Jupiter, where you expand in life. Your experiences with this person are going to help you find your values as a partner, as somebody who's into beauty, art, just all that other corny stuff you didn't even know that you were possibly interested in. So this person entered your life, but this is also going to expand your money, helping you discover what you love about yourself is going to be really important here. So with this North Node in your second house, he's coming to help you with the financial debt in some way, shape, or form, probably helping you with your business or you guys very possibly making a business together. With your Jupiter, your growth, your expansion in his 11th house in Libra, because of him knowing you, you are helping to expand his network, meeting new people, getting out in there in the world, helping him also follow his wishes and dreams. And I want to backtrack right here. Your Chiron, your healer in his MC or his 10th house, you're helping him with his career. There's something about him possibly being an entertainer, a creative, an artist, somebody on stage, but you are helping him with his career, giving him the oomph that he needs to jump out there and do what he wants to, uh, very quite possibly based on his good looks. But that's a whole nother reading. So over here, we have your third house. This is the communication house for you, the way your mind works, coinciding with his karmic house, right? So your sun is right here in his 12th house, shedding a light on the kinky things he's into. There's a lot of kink here. But his seedy past, it seems like in another life, maybe he was in a dark magic, or even very possibly because of what I just saw here with your relationship with him, having his south node where he comes from in your 8th house, which is ruled by Scorpio. So yeah, there was some shady family stuff going on, some violence, just really not a good dynamic for you guys that he is making up for in this life. And that is his wound, the thing that hurt him. So any abuse he dealt with this life, any poverty, any struggle, that is related to the fact that he has Libra, which is partnership energy, and Scorpio, which is transformation energy in his 12th house of karma. He owed you this life for whatever happened in other lives. So with his wound being in Scorpio, there's something about his sexuality, something about the trauma that he incurred that nobody likely knows about, that you shine a light on. Like you have a bright light in his 12th house. You just understand him, and that makes him finally feel seen for the first time. So that's wonderful, right? Over here in his first house, we got Pluto, right? So someday he's going to go from being like a mysterious Edward Cullen, I think that's their last name, type guy, to finally transmuting that energy through his relationship with you. And I say that because your Pluto is in his first house. You were changing who he is as a person, overcoming his difficulties, finding new channels for the energy that was pent up within him, right? So that's going to change him from being a Scorpio rising, which I mean, he always is, but he's going to turn that energy into the Sagittarius, the person who has taken the wealth of the experience and changed to move away from the trauma. So your Mercury, the way your mind works, is right next to his Pluto. His power is in seeing the bright side. That is what you trigger in him, the way that you think. You ignite that for each other. He transforms the way you think, and the way that you think changes the way that he uses his power. Like he's learning to use his power for good, right? And not those Sagittarius crazy ways. Now, with your Venus, oh, no, I need to mention, sorry. His Pluto being in your 4th house means that at some point you guys are going to live together. If you don't already live together, he's just going to transform the way that you see your household. You guys might even be people that move somewhere like 2 hours or more from where you're already at. Or you might be travelers with this energy here. So over here we have this Venus, which is what you value, how you give love in his 2nd house. You like buying him gifts. You like telling him cool stuff about how wonderful he is. Like you really boost his ability to find the value in himself, especially as somebody who is a great thinker. Like he might not have shared his mind before. It seems like he was really like quiet and mysterious, but you give him the ability to chase after his dreams, the desire to, and sometimes you financially back them with this going on here. So look what we have here. This is your North Node, what you're meant to do in this life, right? Or what you're going to bring into this person's life right here in 2nd house. It matches his and yours. So you both owe each other debt. So what do you owe him a debt for? Let me go to this 8th house. In Gemini. So there's something about words. I felt betrayal immediately. And this, your South Node is right next to his vertex. This was a karmic meeting. You guys had to come together again. Ooh, so no, you guys were like, I don't want to say twins, but you are divine twins. How about that? So it was karmic that you guys met, but the debt that you owe each other is to come together. And in this life, you are learning to be, what's the word I want to say? Philosophy comes out a lot, but storytellers, speakers, somebody who, or a group or a couple that inspires others just by you being together, just seeing your story, your love story, and you guys walking around together, your energy is changing people. So automatically, this lets me know that you guys are working on clearing out your karmic debt so you can be together and ascend. Like y'all want to get the fuck out the club. So over here, we have your unique genius right with his unique genius. Like I need to zoom in on this because this is sexy. Whenever you see two things this close together, this means that the universe wanted you guys to make no mistake that when y'all got together, this is it. Like the chemistry will be insane, the connection, the way your minds think. Because this right here, this is your unique genius. This is called Palace. You guys both know how to put a business together. You are managers. You know about routine and structure and all that good stuff. This is his Mercury, the way his mind works, and his Venus, what he values. in relationships, but also for money. He is a manager. This works with your moon, your emotional setup, your relationship with your mom. So there's something about routine, discipline, making money, and family legacy that is really important to both of you. Like you're going to be doing something creative, is what I'm feeling, and he's going to be making sure that the back office is taken care of, and that's going to take on a life of its own because this is like mad mogul energy. Like you guys can have multiple businesses. Over here, we have Uranus, which is your unique marker, like your freak point. I like to say, like the thing that makes you stand out above people is what your businesses is what your business is or will be, or the changes that you make to the field that you're entering. This is right next to Neptune, which means karmically the energy, the ideas that you are getting for your business that come to you lightning fast are so that you speed along the timeline to get back to where you're meant to be financially, because you guys were really wealthy at one point. Um, but this is about legacy, creating as a family. You guys did not like the way it ended last time financially because both of you guys ended up in the punishment place for whatever y'all did to get that money, which is a whole nother thing. But it looks like, once again, some, let me check this right quick. Let me see your 12th house. Yep. Some royal energy, some bad bloodline pacts. I've been getting a lot of that lately. So now you guys understand you had to start from the bottom to work your way up because of what your family did in other lifetimes and what you guys did in other lifetimes. So in this lifetime, you'll be getting your ranks back because you pretty much cleared the karma up to this point. Now over here we have his mind, which is this, his identity, who he is as a person. Ceres, which is what he needs for comfort and what he gives out for comfort. Jupiter, his growth and expansion. Neptune, where all his karmic energy gets poured into, and his Uranus, his freak point, the thing that makes him different from other people very uniquely, in your 6th house. This is somebody meant to be in your life on a day-to-day basis, to change your routine, to help you funnel your energy from not only that management perspective, but to help you get online and also network and spread as you need to. Your Ceres, which is what you need for care and what you give to others, is discipline, routine, shaking things up. You're a great friend also, and that's what you give to all of this energy over here. It's a very work but fun working together energy. Now your Saturn, which is your contract in his life, is conjunct his IC, who he is at the core, but also the beginning of the family house. So you guys are absolutely bound to having a family of geniuses, a family of quirky people, a family of tech savvy people, could even be the case, but you are bound to family. Now over here we have your Lilith and Pisces in his 4th house. So there might be some emotional manipulation. You need to look out here. Be careful with him. Be gentle with him because he is sensitive to you and your energies, especially with his Lilith being where it is next to you. But this also means that you're very emotionally connected to him, especially when you guys are at home, because this is a karmic relationship. You guys wanted to merge into one another in rapid times. Like you didn't want to waste time once you guys got back together. So over here, we have his Juno, which is his soulmate marker in your 9th house. This means he is helping you find yourself through experiences together, shared experiences, because you find yourself through traveling and through seeing new things, anything outside of what you grew up with. Over here, we have your vertex, which is which is a karmic event meant to happen this life. And for you, that is right next to his 7th house cusp, which is the marriage house. So this is a predetermined contract, a predetermined partnership based upon you guys earning money together, and fixing the fact that you had a karmic debt from other times when you were really rich but ended up being shitty people. So you know that happens. You see these rich people now. So with his moon being in your 9th house, this is a best friend relationship. You guys share experiences with each other. Growth is done on an emotional basis, which is really important for you guys because it seems like words and violence really colored the last relationship. Over here, since we already touched on the South Node and Vertex, here we have your soulmate marker. And where is it at? In his 9th house. So once again, this is the same thing as with you. You are learning about your soulmate through your experiences, or through his experiences as a family. For him, it has a family. Experiencing family is really important to him. Like maybe he didn't get it the way he wanted to earlier in life, but that's beautiful. So as you guys travel and do things together, you'll just be like gaga for one another. Now, last but not least, we have your Mars, which is your drive, your power in 9th house and family. So you have very strong family values that you are helping to reinforce within him. Your drive, your passion is the sensitivity that he needed to move away from, the rigidity of his childhood. So that's always interesting, eh? So I'm gonna give you a quick look at your composite, which is like the natal chart for the relationship, how your energies merge together and what is the main goal of this relationship per the ascendant. You guys are at the very final degree, 29th degree of healing. This is backed up because Virgo is the sign of the healer, right? But Chiron is the wounded healer. There is something in your teamwork, which is Mercury, right, that needed to be healed because the other lives where you guys were wealthy, you sort of fell apart. With this being said, you guys are set up to step into your position of power and be very well known this life. So, how does that work? Let me show you this while I'm got you on the screen. Same degrees in astrology. I should just keep this up because it seems like these are the people I attract, right? So let's start with the 17 degrees that just stood out for me. You have 17 degrees here and 17 degrees here. Keep in mind that this chart represents both of your energies together. Y'all being known as people who travel and talk and communicate, that is some of the energy for where you guys will be most well known. Across seas or somewhere far away, but the people where you grew up will be like, holy shit, we knew them, right? So the next one here is 20 household name degrees, 28 degrees. Kim Kardashian has a lot of 28 degrees, right? Here we have a 28 degrees in Pluto, a 28 degrees in Mars, and a 28 degrees over here in Ceres, guys. So family business, because Capricorn rules your fourth house. Um, Earning back the money that you had from another life through hard work in this life and investing. This can be real estate, stock market, weed, wine, food, but whatever it is you guys are meant to be known as, a family, somebody who works together to be creative. And there's not even a lot of info about you guys having kids here, like as it being important, although one day there will be the drive for what you do if you decide to have them. The main things that you guys are working on is repairing your mental connections, regaining your power as a partnership, right? That's what y'all want to be known as, a team, a dynamic duo who still maintains their individuality, but a family business that has a contract to share something with the world, something that inspires. This could be film, music, just whatever you guys have going on between you guys. It is a level of healing or information that other people need. So this was really great to be able to deliver to you. And thank you so much for this opportunity. Please let me know if you have any other questions.